And now we come to the part of tonight's program that you have all been waiting for, the next installment in the adventures of Dave Kratz. Tonight our hero plans on taking a trip to the beach with some of his friends. "You know what?" said Dave Kratz. "We should go to Harvey with the junior hires." "I don't know," said Bethany. "The water is still pretty cold. Count me out." "Come on, it's Harvey Cedars." "I'll go with you," said Shmelly, who had gorgeous hair. "But don't put me in charge of the game. Those junior hires never listen to my instructions." Shmelly then said something more, but we weren't listening. "Can I come too?" asked Jay Fuentes, who happened to be a picture on the wall. "But you can't," said Dave Kratz, who had enormous biceps. "How will you play in the ocean if you don't have legs?" "Well, I can fix that," and Jay magically morphed out of his frame. "Now I'm a real boy, but I think I'll enjoy my freedom with the mature senior hires." "I guess it's just you and me, Shmelly." "I'm coming too," said Scotty, who was a Bradshaw. "But you're not even a junior high leader," said Kratz, who was very muscular. "That's okay. I'll come anyways." And so, while Nathan, the famous boxer, watched confused, Dave Kratz mumbled an extremely clear exclamation, "Hi-ho, Silver! Away!" and 3 horses came galloping out of the youth center. Dave, Scotty, and Shmelly got on and rode for Harvey. Unfortunately for our heroes, the highway they chose to take had an extremely low speed limit, and even at cantering speed they were soon pulled over by a police officer. "Did you boys know you were speeding?" asked the officer, while Carl feigned innocence in the background. "No, I am so sorry, officer, but it wasn't my fault." "Don't look at me," said Shmelly. "I explained the rules. I don't break them. It was Scotty over here who insisted we speed." But Scotty had escaped the wrath of the officer, because he was a Bradshaw, and Bradshaws cheat. "What seems to be the problem here, officer?" asked Taylor Swift, just passing by. "Oh, Tay-Tay, I'm your biggest fan," said the officer. "Why, thank you," said Taylor Swift. Our heroes took this opportunity to escape. Unfortunately, Taylor Swift could not escape, and was forced to listen to her own music by the officer. And so Dave Kratz, Shmelly, and Scotty continued to flee, but in their haste they took the wrong road. "Oh dear," said Dave Kratz, "I think we might be lost." "Why don't we ask Bruce for directions?" said Shmelly. "Hello," said Bruce, just passing by. "Hey Bruce, can you help us get to Harvey Cedars?" "You just take this next road up ahead," said Bruce, looking suspiciously mischievous. "Why, thank you," said Dave. Our heroes took the next road up ahead. However, because the road was called Bradshaw Road, and Bradshaws cheat, our heroes became cheaters. And because cheaters never prosper, they suddenly fell off a cliff. Except for Scotty, who cheated death. Meanwhile, Dave Kratz and Shmelly continued to fall. Fortunately for them, Cy Robertson happened to be at the bottom of the cliff. Cy proceeded to utter a guttural incantation, "Hey, Jack!" and a pile of hay appeared at the bottom of the cliff. Our heroes landed safely, except for Dave Kratz, who was allergic to hay. Achoo! It just so happened that this pile of hay was at the very entrance to Harvey Cedars, and so our heroes' journey was complete. But they were conflicted. Should they go back to church and actually get the junior hires? Or should they play in the sand and eat Gilburgers? Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion to this escapade in the adventures of Dave Kratz. Same Kratz time, same Kratz channel.